Hey guys, welcome back to another Roundup here for Reversal. I'm your host Logan Sama, and every week right here on this channel we round up all of the biggest and the best tournaments from around the four corners of the FGC globes. Let's not delay any further and get straight into some big events. This past week, the Premium Invitational from Beyond the Summit happened once again. This was the 14th Smash edition, and it was very fitting that legendary Cloud9 player Mango took the win with a quick 3-0 against IBDW. The Fox player from the Panda Cup made quite the loser's run, beating up Plup, Axe,
Strong there, knocks down 20.
Zane, Hungry Box, and taking revenge against AMSA.
Like you said, real Halloween found on everybody.
That's going to do it. Cody takes it back in grand finals.
The tournament really was intense, as the last rounds were nearly all played in a fifth game scenario. And this really opens up the race to be viewed as #1 in the world. There's plenty more still to come this year. Kowloon was the ultimate Japanese gold event for the Smash World Tour, with nearly 400 players registering for the event. After being sent down to losers 3-0 against Sora's Kameme, Mia managed to make it back to grand finals and clinched 2 sets in the 5th and final game back-to-back.
But the back air does it, and Mia is your crew one.
As Mia has never traveled outside of Japan to compete, seeing him qualify is incredible. It means he is going to be facing threats from all over the globe for the first time. This past week, Battle Gateway saw its 37th event, and it was the Japanese Melee Smash World Tour Platinum status tournament. Now, when it comes to Japan, Melee tends to suffer from a lack of volume of players, but certainly not quality or talent. Ingen, the Math player, took the win and all 800 points of the event, while only losing a single game on the entire tournament run across 12 sets. We are, of course, looking forward to seeing them face the best in the world at the World Tour Finals. This weekend in Santo Domingo, it was
Blink Response,
which saw competitors take part in tournaments across multiple titles, not just fighting games, as Call of Duty, League of Legends, and Rocket League were all present. Running down some of the smaller events, Crossover took first place in King of Fighters, Ajax Fidelity won in Dragon Ball Fighters, and local community member and artist Sane Fox got the win in Strive. In Mortal Kombat 11, it was the familiar faces of the two Chilean twins who made it into grand finals. Scorpion Prox managed to reset the bracket last round in grand finals against his brother, and we went to an epic showdown as the reset also went to a 5th and final game final round. And in what could only be described as a display of brotherly love, Scorpion Prox got the kill, but then offered mercy to Nicola, who managed to bring it back and close it out with his Joker to take the title. As these two dominant twins continue to display their strength across the Mortal Kombat community. Over to Street Fighter V, and local hero Mena RD was in grand finals against Punk. It was Mena trying to defend home turf on winner's side in grand finals, but in the Luke Mirror, Punk was able to reset the bracket, and we went to another epic reset grand finals.
He got the C8. Nice.
In multiple tense moments, both the crowd and Yipes and Javits on commentary were going crazy.
with the raw tackle. Mena RD is a genius.
And as Punk leveled it up, we went into a 5th and final game once again. This heartbreaking drop of the critical R meant that Mena was still in the game, and he was able to bring it round and close it out as the DR defended home turf, and Mena was your champion of Street Fighter V.
Mena RD takes it, time over.
By far and away, the biggest event that weekend, though, was the Smash Ultimate event, which was a gold-level Smash World Tour tournament. With over 200 entrants, once again the DR was able to defend home turf as Sonics took the title. He was able to go the whole tournament without losing a set and closed it out on the winner's side. In grand finals, he faced Capitancito, who managed to impress, defeating Ling and Larry Lur on his ways to grand finals, but the Sonic player was able to close it out in a fiercely fought competition and secure those World Tour points.
Sonic's looking to light it up. Yes, he finds the border on the up B, and Sonics wins Blink Respawn, the largest tournament in the Dominican Republic.
Over to Malta now for the Malta Cyber Series 6. The €5,000 event was part of the Malta Gaming Festival, and it saw multiple online qualifiers that led through to this invitational.
Yes, the top 16 of the best players.
With last chance qualifiers running throughout the weekend, we saw a number of international attendees as well, and it was streamed on Team Spooky. Tournament favourites Anakin and Jeonding met in winners final, and it was Anakin that showed dominance to send Jeonding down to the loser's side.
And that's gonna be it.
Meanwhile, two of the European favourites battled it out on losers, and it was Sefid Black of Germany who managed to eliminate Joker. His reward was a showdown with Jeonding in losers finals, and the Julia unfortunately proved too strong as Jeonding earned his rematch in grand finals as Anakin awaited. It looked very different this time round as Jeonding reset 3-0 straight, but that seemed to wake Anakin up, and he managed to close it out 3-1 with this great finish.
Oh, there it is! And Anakin is going to be a Malta Cyber Series 6 champion here.
This weekend saw the regional finals on the Tekken World Tour for both the North and West African regions, with one spot to the Tekken World Tour Global Finals up for grabs to each location. In West Africa, we got a Yoshimitsu in grand finals with Mood representing Togo. Unfortunately, Mood could not reset the bracket against the Ivory Coast Skywalker, who grabbed the spot for the global finals after a hard-fought bracket with Law.
Step on it with the perfect.
The North African side saw a classic showdown as Morocco faced Tunisia, with unknowns Brian taking the victory over 8-bit generations, Eddie ensuring Tunisia will be represented in Amsterdam for the finals.
Always been known for his spear. And a map change here, back on Demon Island.
After years without worldwide offline competition, the Brawlhalla World Championships Expo is back. After the 4 seasonal championships throughout the year in many different regions, we finally get to see that global encounter. Despite an incredibly stacked field which saw over 600 entrants, Impala destroyed all competition, as he never had to go so far as even playing a Game 5 on his tournament run to victory.
The Owls for Impala, but it's a dare to crown our new world champion.
In doubles, it was once again US that took the victory, and Boomy and Snowy won the tournament against the European team composed of Godly and Fozy.
He cannot, the superstar, big time Boomy, clutching it out.
A heartbreaking performance for Godly, who finished in second in both tournaments. Needless to say, we are now all waiting on the information regarding the 8th year of Brawlhalla World Competition.
You get the W.
The Capcom Pro Tour rolled on, and this week it was stopping in Asia East. Moving into the top 8, we saw the pre-tournament favourites NL and Oil King, both of Team UYU, in the winner's side, with Hot Dog surprisingly already in the losers. And it was NL that cruised through the bracket all the way into grand finals on the winner's side, looking unstoppable until he faced Oil King in grand finals. Having been sent to the losers bracket in winners semis by Xiao Bao, Oil King got his revenge and then was able to give NL his biggest challenge so far of the tournament, as his Seth reset the bracket 3-2.
Oil King, let's go.
Reset.
But in the Reset Grand Final, NL moved up into another gear, and it was him that managed to come out on top in this UYU battle for domination in Asia East. He took it 3-1 and books his place at Capcom Cup 8.
Text for his life, but the V-trigger is there to close it out once again. NL completes the journey and is in Capcom Cup.
And in Street Fighter V's World Warrior this week, UK and Ireland saw their 5th and final tournament take place at the Salt Mine League, and once again, Ending Walker came out on top. He managed to reset the bracket in Grand Finals against Problem X, who was on the winner's side, and then sweep 3-0 to complete a 5-event back-to-back domination, and he will go on to the regional finals in 1st place. In Brazil's 5th and final event, BR Kumite completed a great week for the ED players as Horus Paulin was able to take the victory against favoured Brazilian Nash Ronaldinho BR and managed to claim his spot in the regional finals. Those regional finals will be happening in December. Stay locked right here for more information on that. FV Major, the biggest tournament of Malaysia, returned to Kuala Lumpur this weekend with 5 games on the lineup. And as usual these days, Tekken 7 was the main event with a 115 player bracket. And even though one of the strongest Pakistani players in Bilal was in attendance, the tournament culminated in an all-Malaysian Grand Finals where we saw Zaba take the victory over Fate, denying a bracket reset and managing to get it done in the winner's side. FV Major was also a power event for the Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour, and with so many points up for grabs, both Tako and Ikoan travelled from Japan, looking to catch up with Fenrich on the leaderboards. Unfortunately for them, it was Uchiha's day as the Pakistani competitor took a convincing win, beating both the Japanese contenders on his way. With one solid foot in World Finals already, Uchiha stated his objective after his win: take France down. 3 other games were on the lineup, with Strive taken by the Philippines' Alden after a classic Ramlethal Nago Grand Finals where he reset the bracket against Roundel, who sent him to losers earlier in the tournament. And Street Fighter V had a very interesting matchup in Grand Finals, with Lacuna C's Falk taking it over Fit Amir's Gil. Following the same trend, King of Fighters had a Cronen-free Grand Finals, with Final Fight X taking the win 3-0 over Wayne Noob.
Alright, there we go.
That is all we got time for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, this weekend we are going to be there in person, streaming from UFA Ultimate Fight Arena in Paris. It's going to be an incredible event, so make sure you tune in from Friday for a full 3 days of exciting content and tournament action coming from Paris in France. Of course, we are going to be live as well with the EX edition of the Roundup on Wednesday, coming to you from the studio in Paris in person. Debate, that's going to be a big one. And of course, later on this week we have got the Street Fighter League Roundup, where we check out all of the action from the 3 different regions that are going at it right now in Street Fighter League's team competition. Make sure you drop a comment, a like, and if you want to, please do subscribe to us on YouTube. It massively helps the channel. And of course, check us out on socials. It's reversal_GG on Twitter. And if you want to give us a follow on the Twitch for those notifications, it's just reversalGG. We'll see you same time next week. Take care, and make sure you keep supporting your locals.